to say or do about it. Anyways, hello, world, in America especially. Well, actually, the world. I'm dressed in black, as you can see. My beautiful, beautiful imported coat, because I'm a very wealthy man. I import my clothing. This is a Chinese engineered coat. Got Chinese YKK zippers. Look that story up. YKK. Look at that. Even got a little pocket there. Put your chinook in there. Or, I don't know, put whatever you want in there. Okay. Donald Trump's statement yesterday, I can't explain it emotionally because I was just so disappointed at Billy Clinton, child burner Clinton. So he, what he did was he made China the favorite nation trade status, and he bragged about it, just like Papa daughter. And they were like flagrantly telling us what we're going to do. Like, it go back to Jimmy Carter giving away the Panama Canal. Do you know how many Americans died building that canal? Do you know how much money we spent? Real money too back then. That was back gold. Every dollar we spent on that Panama Canal. Lunatics that were in the past running things or something to that nature. I'm not quoting them. Well, this is really weird for me because I don't believe in I don't believe in one person is going to solve this. This guy would have done it. Notice I'm wearing my dirty, filthy old Dr. Ron Paul Revolution hat. I think he would have done it. But I think if you go to Secret Society and JFK, and again, I don't know how to put this stuff down below, and listen to what the man says, and listen to Eisenhower's speech on industrial military complex and the rulers, the true rulers. So Trump, I think, was offered a bone by his handlers yesterday. He was so frustrated about this, and I think he always was. And I think he felt the same way I did. I know about this trade war. If you go back to Donald Trump many years ago, maybe commenting. I never seen anything, but I bet the man did comment on Billy Childburn and Billy's administration and what he did with China being favorite nation trade status. So they throw him a bone. And like I said, get back to what I said about not worshiping an idol or worshiping somebody that's going to take care of things, but just be honest with American people. And I think one of the injustice of this whole deal, and this is why I wanted to put this video together, was a simple fact. He didn't tell us who it was. He wasn't lying. He wouldn't have been lying. Maybe he didn't think about it. But I bet you that so-and-so was in business 10 years ago and somebody didn't get the light fixtures. I bet he'd be fucking, excuse me, we're trying to do this MP rating. I think he would have says, well, I want the so-and-so brought to me and I want to straighten this problem up. And he didn't even throw the people of the country a memory back. I got a great memory of our history. You forget your history, you're doomed to the future. That's my personal opinion. And I'm vigilant about my country. I want my country to be a secure, constitutional republic. That's all I want. And I think that's what many other people want. I want the government to frig out of our lives. Frig, I said frig, that's good. And just leave us alone. Our tax burden is way bigger than what England is, totally. You know, I mean, we fought for a couple cents on taxes, and here we are having extortion payments to owning property, Indian property too. Indian, don't forget, this is all Indian property. I have no business charging anybody for property tax in the Republic, in my opinion. So he goes off and says this, and I was like, why didn't he just say, well, this is the past administration of Billy Clinton and George Bush and Obama, and none of them put an end to it. So we had 3 presidents under NAFTA and GATT. This is the 4th, I believe. And you know, if you think about it, why didn't he do that? Was that all he was allowed? Did he forget? Did he think it wasn't important? One of my biggest fears with the way we run our government in this country is a president that gets in there and really honestly wants to change things, you know? And I realized that if this man was going to get in, if Ron Paul was going to get in, we needed to change the way we back our president. And we need to back our president. So if we'll take Reefer for an example, Reefer and Jeff Sessions. Well, Trump don't like Jeff Sessions. I watched Trump for like wasn't a minute and 51 on his campaign trail, and he's like, "Hey, what about this stupid law about pot?" And he goes off and he says basically he don't want to be involved in it. Well, you get this communist pig and probably one of the handlers called Jeff Sessions. He's a real turd. Did I swear? If I swear, I'm really sorry. He's a real turd. Anyways, he wants to start the pot war all over. He wants to bring Mitt Romney in. And Mitt Romney's going to take over Orrin Snatch's place, who was a big supporter of keeping this reefer on a Class 1 drug. Now, 29 states, and this all has to do with what I'm talking about. Just bear with me. You had 29 states that legalized pot in some way or the other, reefer. And the feds still won't back down. They wouldn't back down under Obama, and I don't think they can. I think they're really keeping this as a card of power. So if you look at Donald Trump, like, well, if I was Donald Trump, I'm like, look at Washington, look at Arizona, look at Maine, look at Colorado. You know, piss off. I didn't say piss off. I said piss off. Piss off to you. How come the governors of these states aren't raising hell with on this one issue? So we're going to try to solve a trade war. We're going to try to work our way out of a trade war, but just follow this issue. So if the governor, when Obama, especially when Obama announced that pot was going to be a Class 1 drug, reefer, and or cannabis, either one. Don't use the word marijuana. That's so slang. It's cannabis, and it's in the Bible. It's in the Jewish Bible too. And if he, as a president, if you don't think any of your little Indians are into you, I mean, it don't need to be, hey, asshole, legalize pot. You said you would. No, it gotta be something, you know, intellectual. I'm not intellectual, but if you think about it, what happens if Colorado wrote him a letter and says we're not too happy with this keeping it a Class 1 drug? Go look at what happened to Colorado. It's treasonous. They couldn't use the banks because the banks are federal and the FDIC. Look at the Indian reservations that keep using alcohol till they die, and they can't smoke the reefer. So what I'm getting at is, you know, where are the governors on this announcement? Where are the governors in this country? Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maine. You know, where are they? We lost our industry to you since Bill Clinton, and I'm irate about it. And we know it's Bill Clinton. We're not. This ain't a Democrat or Republican thing. This is a gosh darn truth. He signed Agenda 21, which, like my officer said to me, Russo, I want you to go walk over them spiky nails. I have no support. You didn't even tell me I was going to be all right. In the same manner as this. And the states need to start speaking up. I've been saying this. You're not. It's a whole host of evils, secret societies, skull and bones, running things. That's not conspiracy, folks. That's the truth. So I think you need to show the president that I'm irate that we lost all our shoe manufacturing in this state to the Chinese, and I got to get on telling well, they can't eat fish or they can't buy a sweet snack or something. I got to pick on the weak, you see. And it's in mouth that this one governor I'm thinking of has could be so useful if he just chose his fights a little bit bigger. You know, bitching about people coming up here selling heroin. Why don't you talk about the CIA? Why don't you talk about that pig down there? I can't mention the name because I don't want to give a location. I'm not trying to start trouble with nobody. Most of you people know who I am. So I think it's very important for the people in this country to not look upon themselves in a greedy fashion. Oh, this is going to be good for the steel industry or whatever. But just let it be known as a governor to the president that we're behind you. Let's get a warrant out. Let's get a warrant out for the pigs. Everyone who signed it, too. Everyone that signed it, too. Not just Billy. Pasta Fazul. No, every senator and every congressman that signed it. High treason. Peaceful. Going to court. Constitutional court. There's not going to be one of these gold fringe flags in the court to save your ass. It's going to be an American flag. We'll let you choose your peers. Prosecution ain't got no business choosing who the jury is. That's a whole nother thing. Get a citizen's rule book. Very cool. You can buy one, I think, $20 from Ammon Bundy. I think Ammon's selling them for about $20. Real good book. I gave mine away. I never got another one. Real good book. So the whole deal of this, and I know I have trouble staying on subject, but it all goes around in a circle. And when Obama announced that they were going to keep reefer on a class 1 drug, I think the states like Oregon and Washington and California, who were brutally beaten up by the communists of the DEA, brutality beyond belief, stolen their property, raided them. Washington State raided every week. I blame the state for not stepping in. And no, you will not do this in our state. And you will have respect for the people of Washington State who decided that they want to smoke this gosh darn reefer. And until you do something like this nationally, you ain't never going to get a president to back you up. And if you're a Republican and don't like what your Republican trash, whatever side it's on, trash, all that shit, you gotta get all that crap. You gotta get out of that. You gotta totally get out of that frame of mind, a Democrat, Republican. If you go back to what a democracy is and what a republic is, I want the republic. That doesn't mean I wouldn't be a Democrat the way the Democrats had done things, and to let the Democrats, who are for the people, for the working man, to sit there and watch our country be dissolved by their Democratic president and watch this demonic assault on RFRA. Democrats were always for the people. That's what made them so powerful. That's how they became a party. The Republicans are nowhere near what they should be in a Republican Party. A true republic would not be on welfare people till it resolves the issue at hand. And the issue at hand is reasonable work, reasonable life in this country, quality of life. I don't care if you're working at McDonald's. You should be able to support your family. Do I want the government to say that? No. But this is going to end the greed level. And we dump everything in the New York Stock Exchange. All the CEOs, all the board of directors got to get their cut of that person working for $8 an hour. In some cases, $5.50 an hour. Or was not too long ago. $5.50 an hour was a federal minimum wage. This is all because of this child burning pig who should have been taken out and truly impeached, not TV impeached. Drag them out of the White House with a warrant and charge them for burning children to death in Waco or Ruby Ridge. And I'm not rehashing that shit. But till you clean up that shit, until you move to clean up that shit, they're allowed to step it up and take buildings down. What is wrong with you? They're so blatant, they bail the banks out. Come on, bailing banks out. This has all got to do with this trade war with China. Everything to do with the trade war in China. My hat, by the way, is made in America. So I back to Trump. I would ask him and find some way to ask him who is responsible for this. He should have people working for him that say, Jared, this fellow wants to know who's responsible for this. And I want a list and post the list. That's all. I had an argument with Wayne LaPierre many years ago. Many years ago. It just got out of hand. I think it was about the time Poppy Bush put his import ban 4 months after he got in, after promising no gun control. And he specifically, I believe, if my memory is correct, was seen many times shooting an AR-15. And like, this isn't the problem. It's the people that do this in an unknown society. I watch all this anti-gun going on. Well, I don't really watch TV, but I see it. And, some of the biggest screamers are in Chicago. Chicago, Illinois has got some of the toughest gun control in the world. Unarmed society is an unsafe society. So printing this. Now, my question is, I got a question, is if you printed this name list, is it possible for the high sheriff of a state or prosecutor, the high prosecutor of the state, to look at it, look at the evidence, and come up with a warrant. Put a warrant out for him. There's a warrant, I believe, in Vermont because somebody really got disgusted with Donnie Rumsfeld. So we're going to have change in this country. You can go bury your head in the Bible. You can bury your head into news on TV. I'll let you go. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Like what I said, subscribe. Take care. I'll do another one because this feed is really not working well. Have a good day.